Dragon Age: The Veilguard is set to continue the failings of the Western AAA game market in 2024. To be fair, I don't necessarily know for sure if it's going to be bad, right? Like, there's two good Dragon Age games, and it's been a decade, and Bioware isn't nearly the same company that it was back in the cut. But hey, this could end up breaking the track record and the streak of failures that Western developers have delivered and are set to deliver through the rest of the year, right? Well, here's the thing. We've known about this game for quite a long time at this point. We've seen the gameplay, we've seen some, teaser trailers, and everybody's made up their mind that this is not the Dragon Age that we have been looking for. Even with all that said, we don't even know for sure when it's supposed to be coming out. It's supposed to be coming out in 2024, so who knows? Maybe instead of continuing the streak, it helps it to carry over to 2025. Don't know for sure, but hoping for the slim chance that Dragon Age: The Veilguard is out next month. You shouldn't, as EA suggests it's out October the earliest, which is still not that bad, right? But it's also not a lot of time for a promotional lead up, especially in regards to how long, right? Like, it was first revealed in 2018 as Dreadwolf, when people could go, you know what, BioWare? Yeah, okay, now that they're going to be freeing up some resources off of the failings of Anthem and Mass Effect Andromeda, this one looks like it's going to be fine. And then no, not at all whatsoever. It's crazy to think, because this is going to be the last chance for BioWare to do anything before EA shuts them down, which would be sad because BioWare's made some fantastic games. It's just kind of like Rocksteady, kind of like Rare, kind of like all your favorite studios from years gone by. This isn't the same place. It is just simply the developer in name only. And all the parts have been changed out for soy-based cogs. You shouldn't be getting your hopes up over Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Full stop. You could just stop it right there. Not releasing before October because EA says that's the soonest it will be out. It's been 10 years since BioWare last put out a Dragon Age game. That's crazy because I remember Inquisition hitting store shelves, and I can't believe that was 10 years ago. That particular title being Inquisition, with fans eagerly awaiting a sequel, with only the poorly received Mass Effect Andromeda. I hate that game so much. And even worse received Anthem to fill in the gaps. In the meantime, those that'll play anything the developer makes. Dragon Age 4, then later titled Dreadwolf, and then recently retitled The Veilguard, was at the very least revealed in 2018. But it still begs the question, what the hell, or when the hell is it coming out? It's supposedly out sometime in the fall, according to BioWare, which just about covers the end of September, but as spotted by Eurogamer, it appears that the game won't be out before October 1st. So yeah, the fall, I guess, also encompasses lead up to the holiday season. Okay, that would kind of make sense. That comes after EA itself, the publisher, now listing the upcoming sequel RPG as set to launch in the third financial quarter. For context, EA's first financial quarter of the year ended June 30th, and the second ending September 30th. Essentially, you can probably expect it out between, October and November. But yeah, we don't have a release date for a game that is coming out within the next 3 months. Okay, and a game from a studio that was once highly regarded and with, a string of hits, 2 or 3 hits in a row, could end up resuscitating its flagging perception. You're not going to give it a full promotion cycle? I think they already know what time it is over there at EA, okay? Because for as much time as they've been working on it, because it got announced in 2018, right? So it's been 6 years since announcement to release. Theoretically, I would have thought that this would be the primo, the bespoke Dragon Age experience. But the more we hear about this, and the more we hear about the people working behind the scenes, we know where they have their concerns, and it's mostly on figuring out what pronouns they want to use this week as opposed to features within the game, because Dragon Age: The Veilguard did see BioWare take a hard look at multiplayer, but eventually decided to stick what it does best. Remove additional features. Dragon Age: Veilguard removes player control over companions. So it's going to suffer the same fate as Final Fantasy 15 when it came out, Vanilla Edition. I'm not talking Royal. I got to run that back because I despised Final Fantasy 15. I played through the entirety of it, and I can tell you what I remember from it. A lot of hunting. Story sucked ass, and I know that Royale fills in a bunch of the gaps, mostly because you aren't stuck just simply playing as Noctis. You can play as the rest of your team, you can play as the rest of the characters. And that's what was so cool about Dragon Age. You had autonomy over your characters. You had autonomy over your immense squad. But now we don't really need to do that, because I guess we didn't have time. But let's see what the director has to say. What's the cope around this? Dragon Age, the Veilguard game director, a man pretending to be a woman. Yeah, there you go. Calling himself Corinne Bush, confirmed that the upcoming game removes player control over companions. How fantastic. Speaking with Edge magazine via Games Radar, Bush explained why the gameplay mechanic, which goes hand in hand with the franchise, is being removed. On the experimental side, we wanted you to feel like you are a rook. Oh, cool. So you're playing this RPG where you're going to have a set class. Fantastic. He elaborated, you're in this world, you're really focused on your actions. We wanted the companions to feel like they are fully realized characters, are in control of their own actions, they make their own decisions. Yeah, because that's what you normally want when you're a squad of people, when you're a team trying to accomplish a goal. You want people with disparate motivations and goals. Yeah, okay, cool. Bush also offered another reason as well, and the fact that Veilguard is a much higher actions per minute game. Oh, great. So don't worry about tactics or anything. You're going to have a bunch of numbers that are going to pop up on screen. You're going to have an overly burdensome UI. It's going to be just generic AAA slop. Guaranteed. Yeah, it is more technically demanding on the player. Meaning that, yeah, if you wanted to switch over or control another character to help you out in these demanding situations, now you wouldn't want that. You just want to focus in on your own abilities. Heaven forbid, you'd want to issue commands. Oh, he added, so when we tried allowing you full control of your companions as well, what we found is it wasn't actually adding to the experience. In fact, in some ways, it was detrimental, given the demanding nature of the controlling your own, of you just controlling your own character. I doubt this big time. I will admit that on paper, if you just read that you have no ability to control your companions, you might feel like something was taken away. But in our testing and validating with players, yes, and probably yourself, every day you guys get into a big drum circle and validate your own experiences. We will find, what we find is we're more engaged than ever. Yes, we may have stripped away our powers, but our resolve is stronger than ever. While players won't have direct control of companions, Bush did note that there are some controls as players can activate companion abilities. Great, so it's another hotkey to press. Fantastic. Bush used Harding as an example. She's got her own behaviors, how she prioritizes targets. Oh, great, so we got to rely on Bioware AI. Oh, great, fantastic. That's always been the high water mark of the Mass Effect games, what I have the most experience with. Holy crap, the only time that they could accomplish a goal is when you told them exactly what to do. There's a reason you wouldn't get such technical companions on your team. You would make sure that you had, very efficient riflemen, or if you had Garrus on your team, you'd have to make sure that you'd set him back so he wouldn't be using his pistol. He'd be set out with the sniper rifle, because these were brain-dead characters back in the cut. I love the trilogy, but holy crap, is AI a problem with Bioware games. Ages Magazine's Ali Jones claims that this is because of Veilguard. Oh, talking about behaviors, but you'll be able to direct her in combat by activating her abilities from the wheel. Oh, great. What took you all of this time just to run back the same old mechanics that you guys have been using for how long? Veilguard, yes, appears to be adopting Kamos-style combat similar to Genshin Impact, albeit without the character swapping. Oh, God, so stripped-down version of another old set of mechanics. Those abilities are part of Bioware's big push towards combo-based combat. Yep, this is just going to be Zoomer hack-and-slash crap. Oh, the developer offers an example. Oh, one companion uses a gravity well style spell. Oh, so they're an adept, or biotic, sorry. Another slows time, same thing. And then the player drops a big AoE nuke on top of your grouped slow enemies. You guys probably doing enough groping over there at Bioware, but no, that legitimately sounds like a biotic. That sounds like Liara's moveset. It took you that long to come back to that? Unbelievable. Bush added that he views the strategic layer of combat as a hurdle. It wasn't when you guys were making this stuff. God, look at that. That is ugly. Oh, so much crap that's on the screen. Based on the information you have to encounter and how you and your companion synergize together, it appears to be the latest in a slew of red flags for the game. Yep, Bush has previously described himself as a trans woman and a queerosexual gendermancer. Yeah, we talked about that as well on the bio. The former World of Warcraft team leader Mark Kern. Yeah, the Grums has highlighted a whole bunch of stuff that we've talked about before. Yes, trans right, Black Lives Matter, and yes, we're supposed to be making a game, but this is Bioware in 2024 after all. Now, these woke ideologies have always been injected into the game. In a developer story on Bioware's website, Bush stated, "As a queer trans woman, we know. I have a perspective on the games that not everyone has. Dragon Age has long been a place where big gay folks can see people like themselves represented respectfully. It's inherently very queer." No, it's not. It's such a rare thing for marginalized communities. If you get your representation in every game, are you really marginalized? Anyways, have the representation where we feel proud and powerful in how we are depicted. He added, it's so deeply meaningful for so many who side of the freaks that are running these franchises into the ground. Whatever. I often get emotional when I think about what I would have meant for a younger version of myself to see someone like her in the game, and as the hero no less. Nobody thinks of this, okay? Nobody needs to see themselves in the game, okay? One of my first gaming experiences was Sonic, and I love the original 3 on the Genesis. I guess you could say that Sonic and Knuckles is its own game, but I in no means needed to see myself represented as a anthropomorphic hedgehog, a echidna, or a two-tailed fox. I didn't need to see that in order to have those games resonate with me. I didn't, as an overweight child, see myself in Mario hopping over question mark boxes and ground pounding Goombas. Think that, oh, finally I can see myself on the screen. You people are stupid. You live in your own heads when you should be living on a computer programming a game that would actually sell to people. But no, all of these solipsistic endeavors to try to cram your own personal politics into things have killed the gaming industry, and this is going to be, for all intents and purposes, the final nail in the coffin of the once great Bioware. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.